Oh, look! The game isn't crashing! Perfect! I love you, swapping one thingamajig. What's up, people? I'm Xogue, and welcome to my world. We're here, we're doing things back on FTB Hermitpack. And we still have this area, we still have our world. I don't know if there's been a server restart or not. Actually, I do know there has been one. But it happened during the last episode, in between stuffs. And the world didn't disappear. So our world is still here, but as you see, I have made a few changes. I took down the building here. I kind of terraformed a little bit. Now, some of the ideas that I have for this place require me to change things. Naturally. It's kind of how it works, isn't it? In Minecraft, you don't keep the terrain as it is, so we change things around a little bit. Nobody else is online but me. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a little bit of a yard for myself. Kind of like what we did at spawn, only not the same way. We're going to have a path, but it's going to be more of a, I don't know, a regular yard or something. Kinda. But what I want to do, right here I have a bunch of jungle wood slabs. We're using jungle wood for the new design because, well, jungle. Yeah. So it makes sense that we're going to use a bunch of jungle wood in here. Also, another thing that I like to design with is actually leaves. I like using leaves and you know, to bring in a little bit of a naturey kind of feel to the designs. So it's really good. And jungle leaves are my favorite type of leaf. I think they look the best. For what that's worth. So, yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, jungle is good for both things. Now, what I want to do is actually, there's going to be a point where this path is going to turn. So, I think maybe right here, maybe a little bit further. Let's go to about here-ish, and then we're going to make it a little bit bigger. All the way around like so. It needs to be one more deep to be perfectly square. And then right in the middle, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, just like so. And this is where the path is going to continue. So that way, anytime it turns, it doesn't look like it's, I don't know, the corners and stuff always look a little bit weird. So we're going to have to change them up a little bit so it looks a little bit better, I think. It should anyway. And we'll kind of do that. Also, for the inclines, right now, of course, we're not going to do that. But we will, at some point, do some chisels and bits work here to make the inclines work, look better. I'm losing my train of thought. I'm trying to think of exactly how it's going to work while talking about how it's going to work, and it's just not going the same speed. My mind and my mouth are not going the same speed. So, I don't know. We're going to work on that, though. We're going to do some chisels and bits work for the stairs, which is going to be, you know, what blends down here at the bottom up with over here. I don't know exactly. Let's trim this back a little bit. I think it's a little too far forward, actually. We'll clear all this out of here as well. Change that up a little bit. So this is going to go up here, and then it's going to turn, I guess, right here. And I want it to go over, I guess, 1, 2, 3, like so. So if it's going to turn here, then I need this to be larger. So this is going to come up, actually, 1, 2, 3, and 1. 2, 3, and 1. So it should be like right around here. And this stuff, of course, I dug down too far in some of these little areas here, but that's fine. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. So right here needs to go there. All right. So that way we have a little bit of a, I don't know which one to call it, but this is basically the path that's going to happen. So we're going to have the jungle wood all the way across here, go up here with some chisels and bits stuff, and then it's going to turn over here. And we're going to end up going, I don't know, all the way up, I think. We're going to have like a house on the hill kind of thing. So our house is going to be up here. And our house isn't really going to be like where we do everything. It might house some storage there. I don't really know exactly. But it's probably not going to be the actual house. It's not going to be actually stay and have all of our stuff. It's just more of an aesthetic thing. We're going to have a house on the hill, and we're just going to say, hey, that's our home up there, even though we're probably never actually going to go inside. So, I don't know. I think it'll be okay. I think the idea, of course, like always, the idea that I have in my head is fantastic, but I have absolutely no idea if I'm going to be able to get it out into the world how I want to. The other thing that I really need to do is actually turn this stuff into grass. This all needs to be grass bits so that the yard actually looks like a yard. And what I want to know, do we have a resonant exchanger? I don't think we have that here, do we? We do not. Maybe, oh, we have the exchanging wand though. There's a block, there's a shifting crust. That's an interesting concept. Whatever the heck that thing does. Standard exchange scepter. What do you do? Gentle exchange. What do you do? Blaze powder, block of iron, pillar quartz. Oh, sorry, block of quartz. What do you tool swap? Is what it's standard exchange. What do you do? This thing's pretty cool. All right, this thing is, I don't know what the advanced ones does. Gentle exchange scepter? What does that do? I have absolutely no idea, but the regular one is pretty good. Now, this is from Cyclic, and from what I can tell, both the Ender Book, which should be in here, here it is, the Ender Book crashed the game when there was no experience to take from me. I didn't realize it took experience when it used to crash the game, but that's when it happened, is when I ran out of experience for teleporting. So, it doesn't do so well. This one, like that, what it does is basically, you see up in the top left-hand corner up there, it shows a grass block. That's because the grass block is right here. Now, if there is no grass block in my inventory, it will crash the game. It takes whatever's, I guess, either first available in the slot or only in the top left slot, and it uses that to replace in a huge area. I can also click in on something, regular click, not right click, left click, and it will change it. Now that's a very loud beep, and I can go really huge. 9 by 9, 9 by 9. I don't think I have to. Do I have to redo it? I don't think so. And then what I do is, since I do have the grass, I can actually just right click. Should be able to. Oh, crash the game again. Okay, so I think I know why it crashed. You see right there in the top left-hand corner, it shows the cobblestone, right? So what is happening, and now it's the grass block. So it's the first available slot, and I have plenty of it in here. I have plenty of grass, but what happens is that it takes it from that slot, not anywhere else. So when I replace it, say a 9 by 9, which is 81 blocks, it uses more than a stack. So this entire stack disappears instantly. And then my good old coin of fortune pops up and sucks some cobblestone into here so that the block in the top left actually changes. So the block it's set to changes while it's changing over the block, while it's exchanging the blocks, and it breaks it and crashes the server. So that's what's happening. It's got to be what's happening. You guys know I always have my theories and stuff with this thing, but it doesn't really work. I mean, that doesn't work for me. That can't, I can't be okay with that. Let's try something like this. We're gonna do it one more time. I'll let the server crash one more time. The only one on resetting the server is fine, so I'm not worried about that. Also, this does also prove something else I wanted to test. The server is crashing, which means technically speaking, it's restarting. So if I log out in my dimension and then, you know, let the server restart as it naturally would every now and then, I don't have to worry about, you know, getting stuck in here. As soon as I log in, my dimension is automatically loaded in the game's memory, so I don't have to worry about anything. The stuff in the overworld is indeed chunk loaded, including my portals and everything, so that's also good. And the world is loaded from spawn. I'm not sure which of those is actually making it so I don't crash instantly for being in this world, you know, when the server restarts, but whatever it is, I'm thankful for it, so we're not going to change any of those things. We're just going to let it all happen. Now, what I'm going to do is I turned off my coin of fortune, so now I shouldn't, in theory, suck up anything if I stay far enough back. Nope. Still crashed. Alright, let's try the one that we're pretty sure is going to work, because Not Enough Wands has a lot of wands for a lot of things, and most of them are pretty daggone cool. Teleportation wand, building wand. I mean, we've been using the teleportation wand quite a bit for a while. All it takes is RF. I've already made the daggone thing because just a wand core, which is some blaze rods, a little bit of gold, a couple of pieces of glowstone, and some redstone. So it's really not even that complicated. Now, I guess we can... Yep, selected block, grass block, so I can go like this. Now, there's apparently a mode. Okay, so it does that. I like how it highlights. It's pretty neat. I like that. All right. Anyway, mode is 3x3. There is, I could do this. 5x5, 7x7, single mode. So this one only goes up to 7x7, but for now, that's what we're going to do. Boop! Done, done, done. Oh, look! The game isn't crashing! Perfect! I love you, swapping one thingamajig. That's great. Fantastic. Why didn't I do this the first time? And there's an extra benefit of this thing. I don't even need silk touch. If I need any stone, just go swap it out with cobblestone or something. Like, that's great. That's pretty awesome. Now we have a whole bunch of stone to play with. Hello, blood magic. I have some more materials for you. All right. Whew. Okay, so the path is built. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the middles of these just yet, but it's probably going to be a combination of dark oak and snow like we have here, because those are the blocks that I want to use. That's the triple palette that I want to use is dark oak, jungle wood, and snow. And that way we kind of mix it up, and we have some naturey, some not. We might even throw some leaves in there just to kind of blend in with the grass where we have too much of the other stuff. But for now, that's kind of what we have. But as you see, just about the entire area, it looks like I missed a little bit here, which wouldn't be too hard to cover back up. Look at the spawns already. Look at all the cats. We're going to see if we can't get all of them, actually. I don't remember where I got them from, but I did get a bunch of raw salmon here. I believe these fish will do this as well as raw fish. I think they will. So if I go down to the bottom here, then I just stand still. Do any of them see me? As soon as one sees me and starts to move, you have to stand still. Come here. Let's try to get the one that's on its own first. Come here, you. Oh, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting. Hello, hello, hello. Boop. Got it. Yeah. You're mine. Stay sitting. You're stay sitting. Why are you raining? Crap. All right. I want to get more. I want to get some more. Cats don't like rain. They're not running or anything. Okay, stay still. Stay still. I need to get one on its own. I want to get all of the cats. Where do they go? Come back. Well, that's kind of interesting. Look, I have 4 of them. I got 4 out of 5 with like 14 fish. So that's pretty good. I did miss the one. I don't have any more fish left. But look, we have some balls of fur. You guys are so loud. You need to shut up or I'm going to kill you. All right. But these guys right here, balls of fur are sometimes, or it says rarely, if we take a look at this and go to usage, and then we can go over right here. Balls of fur are an item rarely dropped by cats which have been tamed by the player. And basically what else the book says is that if you right click, you're going to remove the fur and sometimes reveal some valuable items. This time we got a piece of gravel and a piece of raw beef. How the crap did you get a raw beef stuck in your fur? I don't get it. It's like a fur ball, basically. It's a ball of fur is a fur ball. So they were I guess you ate a full thing of beef and somehow it didn't even get partially digested. But how did you eat gravel? Like, what the heck? What are you eating? Anyway, we're going to have to name these guys as well, but we are still waiting on the way to get name tags through Botania, which we're not going to do just yet. I'm not sure when we're going to get to it, but we will eventually do that for sure. And we'll have to name these guys as well. So, leave your name suggestions in the comments. What should we call our cats here? It said rarely dropped him. How many of these are you going to give me? At least give me some gravel. That's an interesting concept. But anyway, so yeah. Leave your naming suggestions in the comments and let me know what you think. Alright, so before we get on with more path design, I wanted to go ahead and solve the rain issue because, well, I can't sleep in this dimension. It's always daytime. Always daytime means I can't sleep to get rid of rain, so we need another way to do it. Now, we could, and I've been going ahead and just kind of doing that, or just some string. That's what it says in the book. You might get something valuable, or just some string. But these cats are really noisy. I'm going to have to shut them up with a sound muffler or something at some point. But anyway, There's also a couple more up here too. I need to get an automatic fisher so I can just collect like a whole bunch of cats and farm the balls of fur that they drop. Anyway, what I was saying is that since we can't sleep to skip rain, we need another way to do it. The way I have been doing it is going out into the portal, because if it's raining here, then it's also raining in the overworld. So I go out through the portal, wait until nighttime, sleep, so it doesn't rain anymore, and then I come back through and it's no longer raining here. But there's got to be a better way to do it, right? There is. I think. Possibly. Maybe a better way to do it. I don't really know. But there's this thing called the weather obelisk. Changes the current weather and requires a lot of power and a catalyst item. Now, we won't have to do this very often. So I'm thinking that might not be a big problem if it is a lot of power. I'm hoping it happens instantly and then it has to recharge for a while. We'll have to see. But anyway, so we now have a weather crystal. I went ahead and I got everything that I needed. Vibrant crystals, you've seen me make these before. Vibrant alloys and blah, blah, blah with an emerald, blah, blah, blah. Pulsating things, pulsating iron, which you get by doing this ender pearl and an iron nugget alloy smelter and a diamond. No problem. This guy right here. Enderman, I have an Enderman spawner, not a problem to get that, of another vibrant crystal. So it really wasn't all that big of a deal to get. Anyway, now that that's out of the way, we go like this, and these guys right here, blah, 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 not too difficult. So I went ahead and got this guy already. I don't know, I know it takes a lot of power, like it says. Oh, here's a lot of power. It's generating a little bit. So what do I do? How do I, okay, What's in the picture? What is this? A catalyst item. What do I need for the thing? Whoa, okay. What are you? Okay, so I guess it has to charge is what it's doing now. That probably requires that 100,000 RF to change the weather. So it can't happen like all the time, I'm thinking. Oh, thanks, ball of fur thing. What did I get? More string? Okay. That's pretty neat, though. I wonder if a mechanical user can actually do what we need this to do. Like, if a mechanical user can use a ball of fur and drop out an item. I don't think it can. I'm thinking it can't. But it might be able to. I don't know. Maybe it'll just suck it back up into its own inventory. I'm thinking I need this. It said, it looks like a firework. But I want to know if that's what I need. Or if I need something else, like what gives me clear weather? What stops rain, basically? Alright, so I did a little bit of research on this thing, and it changed. It changed. Let me show you. That's why the UI looks different. Like, for example, this meter right here is not in the right place, because this right here is part of the new UI. This is an old one. So here's another request for you, Chris P. I know you're doing my texture pack stuff. If you could get the obelisk, maybe check all the obelisks. I don't know how dedicated you are to it, but I would appreciate an update on this one, just because we may or may not be using this a lot. If I can get it set up properly, and that way we can actually see what's going on in here rather than having to guess. But if you hover over this right here, we have an RF meter. We also have the tank, which we can pump in up to 8,000 millibuckets, so 8 buckets of a substance. We don't know what that is. Also, this right here, you see the picture of a friggin' rocket, right? It's actually called fireworks in here. Oh, it's actually called firework rocket. Didn't it used to be called fireworks? Like just the plural fireworks? That's why I said a fireworks, because that's what I thought it was. Anyway, so we need a firework rocket in here. This activates it. This is how you say, hey, get ready to start this thing. But what you need to do is pump in a certain material. The way it used to work is that you would need power and then you would have a catalyst item, which is actually what the wiki said. And the wiki said cake is for clear weather and you would need 1 million RF. Now we can only store currently 100,000 into this thing. So that's a bit of a bummer because it would have taken a long time to get from 100,000 to 1 million, so that would have sucked really, really bad. Hopefully now it's instant. If it's instant, well, all nearly instant, then we can work with it. Now, the substance that we need is what we need to figure out. Although I kind of did a little bit of research already and figured that out. Now, what we need, there is something called cloud seed. I spelled that wrong. Cloud seed. Smiley cloud. Where's the... Here we go. Cloud seed. I think maybe concentrated cloud seed is what you need for the thunderstorm, to change it into a thunderstorm. Cloud seed is what you need for regular rain. And then we have what they call liquid sunshine. This right here is what we need for clear weather. So, what I need to do is figure out a way to, one, automatically get glowstone dust and automatically get sunflowers. Okay, now both of those are going to be a little bit of a problem. I have an idea for the sunflowers. I'm not 100% on the glowstone. There's probably a way to get this through some kind of means. Tech Reborn, possibly. No. Industrial grinder, maybe we could do like quarry stuff, possibly, to get that. We could also quarry in the nether and get a huge amount of it, and then we'll just have to... I mean, it's not like we're going to go through, like, that much. Well, we really don't know, I guess, do we? Because we'll have to do some other stuff. But anyway, so we need to figure that out. But then we need to turn fire water into it with these materials in the vat. Okay? So we need fire water. We get fire water. We need hooch, blaze powder, and redstone. Redstone we can get from quarrying. Eventually we're going to have a quarry going like all the time, so that's not going to be too big of a deal to get that stuff. But the blaze powder, I have a bunch of it now. I have a lot of blaze rods, but we can just set up a blaze farm and then automate the creation of blaze powder. That shouldn't be a big deal, because a friggin' blaze spawner, that's not that hard to find. It'll spend, I'll have to spend a little bit of time in the nether finding another nether fortress, because I looked around forever for one the other day and I couldn't find one. But anyway, so that, and then we need to turn hooch into the fire water, and hooch is this right here: water, potatoes, and sugar, or any of these other materials. Now, the ×3, what you want, I believe, is the lower the better. So it's like, in other words, the seeds right there. You see the seeds. What I would need is 2 buckets of water and and seeds, I believe, to turn into 1 hooch, 1 bucket of hooch. So it's like a 2-to-1. Now, it doesn't really matter too much. We want something that we could reproduce a lot of. And seeds, that's a pretty low one. ×2, like for example, ×8. I would need 8 buckets in a poisoned potato, like a full friggin' vat. We don't want that. But this one right here, ×2 is seeds. That's pretty low. That's pretty low. That's not bad. Potatoes, we could do that. Apples would be a little harder to farm. But I'm thinking seeds might be the best option. So we get seeds, a vat, a bunch of water that we can automate that and turn that into hooch. And then we get another vat to set that up with the other stuff that we needed, the blaze powder and the redstone, to turn that into fire water. And we want to automate the entire process. I want to automate the entire process so I never have to worry about this. I want to be able to come over to this thing and just go click, and we're done. And then it'll change. I don't ever want to be like, oh man, it's raining. It could be raining for days. Let me go start getting everything. No, I want it to be done and ready. So the only thing I have to do is right click and push a button. And then, after a short little while, it'll be changed. And the weather will be good. All right, so now what I want to do is what I am doing, is I'm creating a little stand for this. So let's do this and this, just like so, and then this. Okay, so it's not completely invisible or anything. It looks like, I don't know, it's okay, because you look down in there and you're like, okay, there's some kind of mechanics back there. It's doing some things underneath this very visually appealing thing. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, I think it looks okay. I also want to build something on top of this, like, I don't know, some kind of cover to make it look more like, there's a word for it. I forget what it's called. Pavilion, I think. Maybe that's the word. I don't know. Anyway, you get the idea. I want to make it look like something else instead of just like a platform that's kind of floating in the air. Also, I'm looking for something that does some kind of particle effect that looks kind of like a jet. Like something propelling it upwards. So I need something facing downwards that's going to shoot some kind of particles downwards, so it looks like this is being held up by a jet of some kind, or a laser, or a fire, or something. something that makes it look like it's floating other than by itself. So that's kind of what I'm looking for now. This also looks a little weird because it's kind of connected like this, and I'm not a big fan of it. But straight on, it looks okay. We'll eventually probably address that, but I don't know with what at the moment. Probably more chisels and bit stuff. I'm just not going to get into it just yet. But yeah, so now what we have here is this guy just like so. And I don't know how I'm going to pump in the liquid. Probably just from the back. And we're going to have to deal with a not the greatest looking thing. It'll just be pumped in from behind. Or maybe I could just transmit energy and everything from below using one of the transceivers. Yeah, this guy. Dimensional transceiver. Because this can transport fluids and power wirelessly. So that could be very, very handy for us. If we can do one of those, then we can get that going with this from underneath, and it wouldn't be visible. And we can transmit both of those in here, and it shouldn't be a big deal. But we need to work on getting the first step of that. We need a vat, and we need to automatically create the other things, the water, what was it? Seeds, right? We needed seeds and sugar. So we need sugar cane, we need a vat, and we need seeds, which is just a wheat. So we need a couple of farms in here, and I need to be able to automatically harvest those farms. I don't know how to auto-harvest sugar cane. Is that even possible? I mean, I could do it the vanilla way with pistons and stuff, and we could do something similar to it with modded things. But I want to know if there's like a block, like a harvester. Can a harvester do that? I don't think it can. Maybe it can. What the heck do I know? Alright, now, somebody's been asking me to do something for a pretty long while, and I'm finally going to do it. Oh, that reminds me, and I forgot again. I can't believe it. My memory is terrible. Somebody left a comment a little while ago, and they said, note to self, don't rely on Xogue to remember anything for himself. This is very true. My memory is terrible. So if I'm forgetting something, do remind me in the comments. It's fine. Now, Jesse, you've mentioned similar comments repeatedly over episode every single time. I would appreciate it if you wouldn't do that so often. Every once in a while, it's okay to remind me. Not every single episode. But anyway, so what I keep forgetting, the main thing that I keep forgetting is that I am going to do a Q&A episode at some point. So we're going to need some questions. If you have any questions that you would like me to answer, down below there's going to be a comment from Jesse, Jesse D, I believe. I think that's your last name starts with a D. Anyway, Jesse down below is going to have a section labeled Q&A questions. Go ahead and leave your questions inside of that. Reply to his comment and ask the questions. I'm going to check there first for the questions, and then I'll double check other places. So if you leave it somewhere else, I may not see it, but if you leave it there, I will for sure see it. It doesn't mean I'm going to answer it, but I will see it at the very least. So leave them there, and it'd be much appreciated. That way in the future, as soon as I get enough questions, I will do one of those episodes. We'll just kind of do some random building and stuff, and it'll be great. Now, the other thing is that somebody wanted me to test out the ability of the atomic disassembler as far as tilling the land. So, and they said that the faster it is, off, for example, does one at a time, I guess. So normal does a 3x3, apparently. If we do slow, is that a 3x3? Now, slow is also a 1. Okay. Fast, what does fast do? Whoa! 5x5. All right, cool. And then, what is that? Vane. Ooh, vane. Ooh, what does vane do? 3x3. Okay. So we have off does 1. Normal does 3x3. Slow does 1. Fast does a 5x5. And vane does a 3x3. So now we know the general idea of how big we can go with various speeds on this thing. Now we want to go ahead and do that. So if we go to fast and do a 5x5, where I want this to be, it goes 4 out, right? 4 out on every side. So if I want this to be, let's see. So I don't know. I guess just like right here, I guess. So 1, 2, I want to skip one as well. So skip 1 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the water source. So skip 1 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the water source. So right here is going to be water. We're going to go ahead and make this dirt just because I feel like that's the better option. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to start doing some, I believe I do have a water, but I don't. Bucket. Okay, I have a bunch of buckets. Oh, look, I got some worms. Oh, yeah, we want to use the worms, actually. I have a lot of worms, don't I? I should. Oh, only 6? I just got like 4 of them, didn't I? Oh, I can till a bunch more land to get a bunch more. I'm pretty sure I had like a huge amount of worms. I've tilled land, maybe not a huge amount, but I don't know. I feel like I got a bunch of worms. Anyway, I do happen to know where some water is because I didn't clear this area out yet. So I can go bloop, just like so. Give me some water. Some water. Don't ask me why I'm saying it like that, because it's not very accurate as far as accents are concerned. There we go. And then, actually, I just finished getting a lily pad from one of the fur balls that we got. I just got it, like, not too long ago at all. It's really pretty cool, actually. Now, if we can do this, let's go to fast. Right-click. Oh, it has to be on the land. Huh. We'll do this, then. Oh. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I guess it's okay. 1, 2. So if we go here, 1, 2, 3, 4. This should be fine. Why are you? Oh, because you have something on you. Okay. All right, then. Let's go ahead and go to vein. Vein does a 3x3, correct? So if we go like this, it'll be there. And if we do this, and then we do this, and then we do this. That should be, oh, that's not 4 on every side. You're not 4 yet. You're going to be 4 over here. I guess we'll just go ahead and do 1 each here and 1 each here. Thank you for the worm. I appreciate it. How big of an area do the worms actually give you? I don't know how far the worms actually give you. So we're going to put, I wish I knew. Oh, wait, I can do this. Hold on. Let's go to you. They'll probably tell me in the book. If I look at the book. Let's do this. Okay, worms are pretty useful species. They will, once placed down on dirt or grass, help you till the land around them in a 3x3 area and keep it wet. Additionally, they will help the crops grow faster by making the ground nice and soft. Worms can be gotten by simply tilling grass with a hoe. If you want to remove a worm, just break the block it is on. Okay, a worm at work. Okay, cool. So it's a 3x3 around the worm. Oh, get out of there. So I put 1 down right here on this block. So this 3x3 is done. So skip 1, and then here, and then skip 1 here. Okay, so there we go. So there's that. And then I guess we can just go around just like this here. And then 1 over here as well, and 1 in the corner. And then probably 1 right in the middle. And that should get everything except this, which I can't put 1 in that block. So we'll just go bloop, bloop, just like so. That'll be fine. There's a lot of worms in there. I want to know about the overlap too. So if the crops right around this area start to grow faster, like in this line and this line, if these guys are consistently growing faster than the rest, then that means the worms' capabilities actually stack on top of each other. They stack a lot faster, in theory. Or stack a lot faster? They stack. So the crops grow a lot faster is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so we'll have to play with that in the future. But now, if I need the wheat, if I need the seeds, I need seeds. Actually, I'm going to need more than that, I think. Would you go? There we go. Okay, thank you. Normal, slow, fast. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and plant this stuff, and I'll see you back in a second. All right, so that is a huge change from how the episode started. How the end of the episode was even more so. So I think it's turning out okay. We're getting a nature-y base going on. This is going to be our home island. If you pay attention, you already know that we're in an island world, and we need to populate all of them. Maybe not all of them. That'd be a very tall order, considering the world will infinitely generate. But, you know what I mean. We want to populate a lot of them with a lot of different things. And we're going to start that with this island right here, trying to automate the creation of weather control. So that's what we're starting with now. We got this little guy. We got that guy. We terraformed the area. Also need to build a house, finish these little center sections. But for right now, we're doing okay. We're doing all right. So I think that's pretty good. But the episode is already super long. If you did like it, don't let the like button get lonely, and subscribe to see more. Check out the Patreon and donation links down below. Thank you for watching. Do what you do, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, peeps.
This is anybody's game. So it may not necessarily win. What a win! Oh my gosh, what?
Oh wow, we're back to the cylinder thing, I think. but we're bigger.
Yeah, well, oh, yeah.
Whoa! That's not what I wanted.
Oh, I made it. Okay.
Oh my goodness. This is impossible! Yeah.